So right now it is like 5 a.m. my time, and I have currently stayed up to watch what was a pretty rough game of basketball. I'm not gonna lie. I thought UConn were pretty decent in fairness to them. But like USC, dear lord. Like UConn did their best outside of Paige Bueckers and Sarah Strong. They did their best job of handing this game to USC. I'm not gonna lie, they did the best job possible that they could have possibly done at handing the game to USC, and in the end, USC just didn't have it in them. They did not have it in them at all. So I thought Paige had a really good game. I thought again early on in the game it was just a Sarah Strong show. She had 2 points in the first quarter, ended up with 31, so it was averaging nearly 10 points a quarter. Albeit like a good few of them were free throws at the end of the game, just to basically go and ice it. There were free throws at the end of the game when they were up like 15, or they were up like 13 points and they were still fouling, which was odd. But all in all, she shot the ball really well and hit some big shots. Like the kind of two-man game thing they ran with Sarah Strong and Paige Bueckers, like that's the best offense in college ball. Just the two of them. They make both of them make such good decisions. I think it is, and I'm not even gonna say it's a knock on Paige Bueckers, that there's a question of which of these two players are better. I think that's more. I'm saying that more in a this is how high I am on Sarah Strong. Like you guys have genuinely heard. I've said this on this channel plenty of times. Like out of Paige, Juju, Hidalgo, Full Wiley, Booker, the player of these that I think is the best is Sarah Strong. I just think like Sarah Strong, there is just so little she does wrong. I think she's so good. I think just everything about Sarah Strong, the passing, the rebounding, the defense, the shooting, I've said it from the start of the year that like I think she might be UConn's best player, and I stand by that. But that's a might be as Paige Bueckers. Way to be aggressive in this tournament. It's about fucking time. Way to be aggressive. For the first time in 4 years, we have there is a version of Paige Bueckers who is better than she was at 19. Because early on in this game, you even saw down the stretch, she missed a three. She missed a kind of ill-advised shot, and you want to know what she did the next time she was open for a deep three? She shot it, and she missed again. You want to know what she did then after that? She was aggressive, chasing the rebound, got the inbound play. They scored. A couple of possessions later, hits a pull-up. That is what is needed. When Paige Bueckers is aggressive, that is the player that was seen as a generational talent. That is the player that was seen as the best prospect, the best guard prospect since Taurasi. That is that player. And the problem is, again, I just don't know. You just don't know when that player is going to show up. You don't. And that is the frustrating thing. But the positive is that she showed up 3 games in a row. Like, at least Sarah Strong showed up today. And Caitlin Chen was superb. Like, Caitlin Chen was really, really good today. For, like, attacking the basket was very good. Got some good big free throws. And in fairness, AZ Fudd was 0 for 9 and then goes 3 for 5 to end out the game. She was horrific. Absolutely horrific through 3 quarters in the offensive end. But stepped up big time. Like, KK Arnold didn't do anything. Ashlyn Shade was non-existent. Aubrey Griffin came in for the first time since round 2 and actually was okay. But for the Trojans, I thought Rhea Marshall was really good. I thought just on both ends of the floor, I thought she was really good. Normally is, again, someone that you look at as a really strong defender. But today, she was finishing really well around the basket. Kennedy Smith shot the ball horrendously bad. Got a nice Euro step, but again, her energy was trying to guard Paige Bueckers. And then as the game went on, and look, she did a much better job than the box score suggests on Paige. Van Olhoffen looked good in the run when they brought it back in the third quarter. But like, UConn were up by 19 points, and 6 minutes later, USC missed a shot to make it a 2-point game. And then AZ Fudd, first make it a game on her 10th shot, hit a massive 3-point shot. But Kiki Iriafen, I'm sorry. She is, I don't care. They were talking about her like a probable number 2 pick in the WNBA draft, Kiki Iriafen. I am sorry. In what world is Kiki Iriafen the number 2 pick in the draft? Kiki Iriafen, since Juju has gone down, in full games with Juju off the floor, she has gone a combined 6 for 28. And this is somebody who does not shoot further than 10 feet. She has gone 6 for 28. And I get it. Juju goes down early in this game. You have the feel-good factor. You're playing Mississippi State. Like, you have the feel-good factor. And I say not even the feel-good factor. That's a bad way to describe it. But you have the, like, we're doing it for her factor. And she had a big game there. But if you take out this game, 4 of 12. Like, look at her games since the UCLA game. 4 of 12, 6 of 15, 3 of 13, 3 of 15. She's just not very good. Like, she literally hit 3 for 4, by the way. She missed 11 straight shots. She was bricking open layups. I've never seen anything like it. She missed 11 straight shots. I've never seen a player who shoots exclusively 15 feet and in miss 11 straight shots. I'm sorry, I'm going to stand by this. Like, her mid-range shot is not as good. It's not that good. She has a little bit of game in her, but people are calling her next Aja. I just think she's worse Angel. Like, genuinely. I think she's Angel without the sharpness, without the motor. Like, that's what I look at her as a much worse version of Angel Reese. And I get it. Oh, she's 6'3", she can dunk, she looks athletic. I'm sorry, any GM that takes her over Anissa tomorrow just doesn't get ball. They just don't get ball. Any GM who does that just doesn't get ball. And to be fair, if I understand taking her with this type of draft, I understand taking her at 5. But if you take her over Dominique Malonga, if Flaw J. Johnson is not in this draft and the Seattle Storm take Kiki Iriafen over Dominique Malonga, the GM should be fired on the spot. I'm sorry, like, I think today Dominique Malonga is better than Kiki Iriafen, and she's 3 years younger than her? Like, I think Dominique Malonga is better today than Kiki and has infinitely more potential and is already a way better three-point shooter. But, yeah, it was just a weird game. And in fairness, UConn well-deserved their win. They were good for their win there. Like, they were bad in the third quarter. They were iffy in the first. They were all right in the first quarter, in fairness. But, like, UConn they just seem to have that ability to just turn it on. And when, like, look, they have outside maybe Lauren Betts. I genuinely think the only player that you could argue might be better than either of UConn's 2 best players is Lauren Betts. I think Sarah Strong is better than, and that's just because Lauren Betts is huge. And in fairness, I think they could do a good job on Lauren Betts. I think Sarah Strong can do a really, really good job on her. But if they go and make the finals, they will have the 2 best players on the floor at all times in Paige Bueckers and Sarah Strong, regardless if it's Texas or South Carolina. And I just can't see them losing. I can't see this team losing. With the way Paige is playing, I cannot see this team losing. I'm sorry, like, this is what people have wanted to see from Paige. This is the Paige that people have expected. It's a pity it took her going back and playing college at 23 to do that. But this is the Paige Bueckers that people expect to see. Again, do I think her game's going to translate at the next level straight away? I don't really think so. Like, she got away with mauling. She literally, early on in the game, I'm not joking, she basically just smacked someone in the face and they give a foul to somebody else. Like, I think there was, like, marginal contact, barely a foul on Caitlin Chen, and Paige Bueckers just smacked someone in the face early on in the game, foul on Chen. Paige Bueckers was allowed to absolutely maul people on the defensive end. And in fairness, if the ref allows you to do it, you do it. And in fairness, she is probably stronger than her build would suggest, but still, it'll be a very, very interesting one. All in all, though, another good game for Paige. I don't see how this UConn team loses. Like, I don't know how much better this UConn team is than last year's UConn team. There's just, South Carolina are significantly worse than last year. I like Joyce Edwards, but, like, losing Cardoso, losing Ashlyn Watkins, South Carolina are significantly worse than last year. UCLA is basically the same team. It's a little bit better, I guess. Then who else is there in the Final Four? It's Texas. Like, Texas didn't make the Final Fours last year. Didn't make the Final Four last year. I think UConn beat them, didn't they, last year? But either way, Texas team is basically the same as last year. And I think that if we look at last year's teams, I think South Carolina, LSU, UConn last year, and Iowa are all better than every team in it this year. But like, this is a year where UConn really need to win. If UConn don't win, this should be considered a disaster, because this is the most lopsided a UConn team has been against the rest since freaking Fee and Katie Lou were there, and they somehow lost twice. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys.